Hello, this is the TradeSight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Wednesday, the 3rd of August, 2022. Hope you've had a good couple of trading days. It hasn't been very exciting to start, but it's obviously August, so we don't expect a lot. It's still summer doldrums. It's weird because there's a lot going on in the world with everything going on in China and the Russian war and all this other stuff, but nothing's happening in the markets. So we'll see. We'll look at that in a minute. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. As you can see, pretty flat for the last 4 days. We'll look at that in the intraday action shortly. S&P cash lost 27.44 today. That's kind of a blip on the S&P. NASDAQ 100 lost 39.18. That's definitely a blip on the NASDAQ. SOX down $3.57. Also a blip, and then the biotechs were actually up for once, up 25.43, but look how flat this has been for almost a month. There's nothing going on there. Russell 2000 lost less than a point. How small is that? Crude oil at 94.02, heading back near the lows, down 40 cents. Everybody's talking about oil going to 180 bucks a barrel. Doesn't look too smart currently. Gold down $4.30. Off the lows, obviously, but there's, look, a gap down here would leave a floating island, and it would be a downside floating island, so that would be interesting to watch. We should also look at the fact that we did on this have a 13 signal, and kind of bounced off that risk line, but we'll see where we go. Advanced client ratio on the NASDAQ plus 210, so more stocks up than down, but just barely. But on the New York, negative 271, so it's a wash if you take the whole market into consideration. NASDAQ volume 4.8 basically billion shares, 4.7, kind of middling for what we've been seeing lately. Volume's obviously down this year versus last year. The VIX up $1.09 to 23.93. The trend closes at 1.40. Puts the 10-day moving average at 1.23, which is not really a signal either way. Apple down $1.50. It's got, again, if it caps down big, then you've got a floating island on Apple, and that's not going to be pretty. Amazon down $1.23, could be the same scenario as well. Funny to see both of those stocks now $100 instead of $3,000 for Amazon. Meta up 26 cents, but flirting with the lows. None of this looks great if you look at it. Google up 27 cents. This is probably the stronger construction of anything I'm seeing. Goldman Sachs down $4.20 is what it is. Netflix loses $4.79, but it's still up off the lows. That's not bad. That actually looks pretty good comparatively. Peloton up $1.03, back above the single digit category. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down $2.54. Bonds down, rates up, as they say. Tesla up $9.93, back near $901. One of the few stocks that hasn't split besides Costco. Everything else is more affordable now. Zoom 108.16, and we've got Bitcoin sitting at 22,870. The Dow was down 402, is what it is. All right, if we look at the intraday action from the last 2 days, not much here. We gapped down Monday, came back to fill the gap. Bounced around a bit and closed just slightly negative. Now we gapped down Tuesday, went lower, came back up to fill the gap, went a little higher. Really nothing had happened for the whole week. It was very choppy. This is the problem. It's not a tradable environment. It's still summer, right? That's the problem. And so then we close near the lows, which is obviously down so far for the week. In terms of economic data coming out on Wednesday, there is final services PMI at 9:45 a.m., ISM services PMI at 10, along with factory orders, crude oil inventories at 10:30, and then we'll talk about the rest of the week later. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading Wednesday.